Hello Epic 7, and welcome to day number 7 of Ancient Inheritance. This Sunday we will be tackling floor number 4, and I will be busy clearing some mini-bosses, but here is a relatively complete map of floor number 4. I think we've uncovered just about everything. We might be missing a little bit of detail, which will be added as we go along. And here are the marching orders that we have for floor number 4, which basically shows everybody taking a route through the Wardens so that we can get to the main Priest Island, and encouraging people to collect loot and do monster fights along the way. We still have a whole 7 days left on this island, so hopefully we will be able to kill the priest all 5 times and collect enough loot to clear out the shop. That is the goal. Now, you'll hear Byakko and Divine in the background because when I recorded this, I had Discord open, so it recorded them chatting. I thought they'd be able to comment on my fight, but I didn't have the stream up.
Down, right?
So without the stream up, they couldn't see what's going on.
Rolling this shit up?
So the bridge is clear. I'm going to head up and take out this Valley Pherus. The Valley Pherus I have a nice solo team for. We'll collect a little loot along the way. So we got a good scroll, and of course it's going to force me to do a fight. But I could just leave, but 5 currency. With raising Soul Weavers up, I need as much currency as I can get to raise my classes. So I'm going to do this, and I'll just use a couple of units that I don't think are that important to me. Lilius and Luna worked really fine on prior floors. I'm going to stick Falcon or Clury on the team just for a little additional healing, because without a little sustain, the mobs are high enough level now, I'm worried I might not survive it. Anyway, I'm not going to make you sit through a normal monster fight. Needless to say, this goes well, and everybody, you know, Lilius died, but we cleared pretty nicely.
You know.
So I get my 7 enhancements.
I don't know what's happening with Tristen. But, he's not talking, which makes me afraid that
Divine and Byakko have just realized that,
he's playing it right now. He doesn't realize the stream's not up?
Yeah, they just realized the stream's not playing for them, so they have no idea what's going on in the battle.
That could be, yeah. I could see that.
As far as people I know about.
Okay, so for this relic, I'm going to take the provisions because nothing else is that important to me, and I've decided not to build mages this time around. And away we go. Okay, here's the Valley Pherus. Find people in your guild that have Martial Artist Ken who specialized in warriors. If you have Martial Artist Ken, you can solo this fight. Now, for Martial Artist Ken to work, he needs 200% effect resistance. You can put an ER set on him, that'll help, but you can also run Christie. Even if your Christie is only level 1, that's okay. You put triple resist set on her, and she'll provide enough ER to the back row to get Ken to to get Ken to 200 ER. Ken needs to be on Lifesteal and on Sigret's Scythe. Penetration is optional, it'll make things go faster. You can also put an ER set on ML Ken to make sure you drive this home. Now, unfortunately, my warriors are only level 10. If your warriors are level 12 or above, this is a guarantee full clear. But even at level 10, it's still a pretty quick full clear. Now, of course, Christie will die in this fight, but that's okay. Her sending ER to the back row remains even after she dies.
Weird thing of like, I don't know, Smokey keeps putting out content. I just wish for the love of God they just figure out how to make the content they have better. Like we got draft mode like a couple months ago. I love draft mode. But I think there are some key changes that change it from what it is to an unforgettable experience, right? Simple things is like a restricted mode, right? Being able to say RGB only, Season 1 units only, Season 2 units only, right?
Yep.
Those small changes, yeah, and a mulligan. Those small changes improve the mode. What do we get? A new PvE mode, like 2 new PvE modes, right? a new PvE and a new PvP mode. I'm like, no, just fix what already exists.
Man, Divine's spitting some facts there. So, I died because I was only running level 10 warriors, but this is a clip of a Carr running level 12 warriors, and as you'll see, he never gets anywhere near death, and he's able to solo the rest of the boss. He could have actually taken care of the whole thing, so if you have level 12 warriors or higher, this is a pretty straightforward fight. He was also ran Christie to get the ER, he didn't have anything in Knights. We'll move over to the the Cold Eye Lich. So this is an Ice Warden, so you want to take green units. Carr doesn't have a lot left, but what he has left, thankfully, is mostly green. So we take Yufine, she's got a defense break on her S1. We're taking Lilibet, she cycles really quickly, she gets extra turns when bleeds are on the board, and does pretty good damage. Her mods are actually quite high. We're going to use Green Lots as our Weaver and Self-Pusher, and Mui is nice because she's got the dual attack skill, and she has got Target on her S1, and she gives attack buff to the whole team. So this combo hopefully racks up a decent score. It's about all we have. Now remember, the Warden seals. So units that rely on passives don't work so good. Don't take Alencia into this thinking you're going to do a lot of damage, because her ability to S1 into trample is turned off. That's a passive. So you want to make sure you take units that don't rely heavily on passives. When Lilibet S2s, as long as she sticks a bleed, she gets 100% CR push, so she's ready to go again, and she can attack into that bleed. Yufine has got a self-attack buff on her S2, and she's got a defense break on her S1. Mui has got a AoE attack boost for the entire team, as well as target on her S1, and her AoE attack boost gives the enhanced dual attack skill to the back row unit, or sorry, to the highest attack unit. So you can have units like Lot's S1, and they'll dual attack with Yufine. So we try to get the defense break and resisted, 15%. So we S1, we get the target, and we don't stick the defense break. Unlucky. Anyway, this team is not destined for greatness. You do want to load up on damage. You do want Weavers who can CR push, because again, you're on the clock. As you go further and further into the fight, damage starts ramping up. So there's no way to just tank down and bruiser and sustain this fight. You need to be able to clear as quickly as possible. So take 2 to 3 damage dealers and a Soul Weaver, and just do as much damage to it as you can. There'll be a video linked in the description. In the description, I'll have a list of other units that I recommend for this fight. It's going to take multiple people. There's no simple cheese way to do this like with a lot of mini-bosses. That's why you want the bulk of your guild attacking the Wardens to drop it as quickly as possible. Okay, so back to me. This is before Carr had killed off the Pherus, but I'm going to run over here to the left. One thing that I know I can do is I can take out that Golem. Now, I am a little low on provisions, so I'm going to pass on the treasure and the XP, because after I kill the mini-bosses and get the guild chests, while the rest of the guild is tackling the North Warden, I'll be looting this island as my reward for taking out the mini-bosses, so I'll level up and reward up tomorrow, but here's the Golem fight again. Now, remember, the Golem can be cheesed with Inky, Chaos Inquisitor, or with Roy. You want Roy to be probably level 4 or 5. You want Inquisitor to be level 4 or 5 to do this. You can do it lower level. Higher levels just make it less painful. This entire fight, which I won't make you sit through, took a while. You can see my Chaos Inquisitor does about... Let's see if we can get it with a buff up. Okay, so my S3 does about 10k damage. Divine's on the other side doing the golems with his level 5 Chaos Inquisitor, and he was doing about 4k damage. He still cleared, but it took him about an hour longer than it took me to clear that boss. So you can do it, just make sure... Oh my god, 4 heroes will become unable to fight. Well, ain't that just special. As long as it doesn't take out Roy, I can still do the Golem to the north. Are you kidding me? Well, I lost Roy, so I can't do the Golem to the north. That is frustrating. As I was saying before, though, send anybody to kill the golems who is willing to level either knights or mages to level 5, and they can just clear the whole thing. If there's one thing this routine of Ancient Inheritance has taught me, is that you want to go Soul Weavers and Warriors, or Soul Weavers and Mages. And then pick up a tertiary class to help clear mini-bosses. And those tertiary classes can be Rangers or Mages, who are great at clearing the Ancient Defense Machines. They have the artifacts and the AoE units to do it, so they're best for the Ancient Defense Machines. Or the tertiary class can be Knights or Mages. They're great for cheesing these mini-bosses. The only tertiary class that I've yet to find a use for is Thieves. Byakko's been running Thieves exclusively, and we've been working to try to find a place for them in Ancient Inheritance. We have a decent Warden, or a decent Priest team, which I will demo for you when we get to the Priest, but pound for pound, I'm just not finding a lot of love or use for Thieves. The mini-bosses shoot right through evasion, and even when you dodge off of the artifact, they just do so much damage that the evasion didn't matter. There's not a lot of sources of defense break. There's very, very little sources of self-sustain. I don't know. Somebody in the comment section can give me some solutions for Thieves. Are you kidding me? So I lose provisions, or I lose 3 more units, or I get a little tiny amount of stuff to reduce a class level. You know what? I'm not doing any more fights today, I don't think, so we'll just kill 3 more units, I guess. Man, this is the worst scroll I have ever seen. I think you almost want a top right out of this scroll. The only reason I'm not is because I need to get my Weavers up, so I need those old nib class enhancement bonuses. Anyway, like I was saying, if anybody in the comment section can shed some light on great uses for Thieves, I would love to hear it. But pound for pound, they just seem to be the least viable class in AI. Grab a little bit of loot. I may as well go over here and get a little XP. You know what, I'll get the XP tomorrow. Let's go ahead and head up here and grab this relic, because I do... Wait a minute, that's not a Scorpetra, or that's not a Golem. That's a Pherus. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, you know what? Tomorrow I'll kill the Pherus with ML Ken, and then I'm going to go into the back 40 there where the guild chest is, and there's some very high-level monsters there, and I'm going to use this Vitality Brew to power level, because I can use the same units 5 times in a row. So I'm going to power level big time, spam killing those high-level mobs. Oh, hey, a Scorpetra. You know what? I have got a fantastic Scorpetra team. I'm not sure if it's a full clear or not, but it's darn close to a full clear. So let's go up and fight that Scorpetra. I got 9 provisions, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 to hit it is... 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 to... Oh my god. I'm gonna be 1 short, aren't I? Is it 5 or 6 to hit the Scorpetra? I think it's 6. Maybe it's 5. I'm sure it's 5. Let's go up and hit that thing. I'm sure it's 5. It's okay, right? It's okay. I thought Goshen was a monster on the map for a minute. Okay, so 7, 6, 5, and we have just enough to attack the score. 6. It's 6. It takes freaking 6 to attack it. Unbelievable. Okay, so you don't get to see this really great comp, but here is a screenshot of the comp. Derp sent me this screenshot a while ago. You can also use Apocalypse Ravi, but G-Perg is just so good at this, and you will be able to bang out a really, really high score. The thing about the Scorpetra is she makes the front row unit unable to take any actions for a couple of turns, and because G-Perg cycles his skills, or cycles from the CR pushes, you can get that off of him, get him healed up, and have him contribute to the fight. At least I got enough currency to buy the weapon, so maybe this trash day of Ancient Inheritance will be taken care of by you guys sending me good luck again, and we get another banger. We've had pretty decent luck on this, so let's go. And that is 1 off minimum. Kind of a rough start, but let's go. Okay, that's a minimum roll on speed, but at least it's into speed. That's another minimum roll into speed, but at least it's into speed. Can we get something a little bit north of minimum? Something a little bit better than 1 off minimum. Okay, 8. That's 1 off maximum. That's not bad. Now we just need another max roll. Another max roll to make this thing not be terrible. Oh, let's see. Max roll into defense or crit chance into HP. And it's a min roll. How about that? So we got 1, 2 min rolls, 1 off min roll. No, we got 3 min rolls and 1 off min roll and an 8. This is 70 gear score. You really have to put in effort to make a piece this bad. So, hey, they can't all be bangers, right? I hope yours works out better than mine. And I hope you have a better run at AI. Now, real quick, I want to jump back over to the right-hand side where Divine and Byakko were hitting the priest, and we kind of discovered something. Remember when we said that Ravi needs to be like level 14 or 15 to solo the priest? Because otherwise she can't take... Or, sorry, the Banshee. Ravi needed to be level 14 or 15 to solo the Banshee, otherwise she can't take the hits. Well, it occurred to us that the Banshee, all of her attacks are AoE. And if Elena is on the team, Elena reduces incoming AoE damage. So run Elena and Ravi can never die, and then we just put a couple of Soul Weavers on the team to keep Elena healthy. We chose to use Lulakar and Destina. Summer Lulaka also blinds the Banshee, cleanses off the debuffs, and she gives the ice cream buff. And just for added giggles, we put Guardian Ice Crystal on 2 of the Soul Weavers. So we got double Ice Crystal and Ice Cream, and Lifesteal and Sigurds. You can't die. I think you could run this. I think these are level 10. So level 10 warriors for Ravi. I think you could run it even lower. And I think you might even be able to pull off a different HP scale or HP self HP sustaining unit. Like heck, you could run 4 Soul Weavers, put Blaze Dingo in Fire Ravi's spot. You could maybe pull off Green Violet for your thief team. Just maybe Green Violet's not a good idea, not super tanky, but you get what I'm saying, right? Just somebody who can self heal from the healing and when they attack, and then 2 Soul Weavers who can keep her healthy, and then Elena, and you should be able to solo the Banshee and really make this efficient. No longer have to spend multiple teams killing the Banshee because your warriors aren't leveled up enough to do it on their own. Now, of course, if you're level 14 or 15 warriors, you could just run Fire Ravi with her skills off, and you don't waste so much time looking at these very long Soul Weaver animations. Although I'll never get tired of Lulaka's Soul Weaver animation. She looks so happy when she hits people with her truck. So, hopefully this will help you clear your Banshee mini-bosses a lot easier. And tomorrow we should kill that last Pherus, and then I get to do some looting. So tomorrow's video is going to be centered mostly around looting and talking about the how to fight the small mobs. I think killing the small monsters can actually be better benefit to you as far as looting goes. You don't have to wander and waste provisions going from chest to chest to chest. You can just stand in one place and spam kill normal monsters. As long as you have the units to do it. You don't get quite as much gold as you get from chests, but without the walking involved, being able to hit the same mobs 4 times, and they're usually really close to each other, you'll get more currency per provision killing the normal monsters, and you get a boatload of XP, which makes you stronger. So really consider, instead of chasing the chests, chase some normal monsters once the main objectives of opening up the priest have been completed. You open up the priest, you kill the priest for the first time, then you just start spam killing the normal monsters with leftover provisions, right? The next day rolls around, you hit the priest a couple of times until your priest teams are all spent, then you use your provisions to go and kill some local normal monsters with the units you have over. And then the next day, you use your provisions to walk back to the priest, kill the priest with your favorite teams again, and then go out and kill some more normal monsters, get some normal chests. Lather, rinse, repeat, and this is the process until the end of Ancient Inheritance. It'll ensure you get the maximum loot while progressively killing the priest over and over. If your guild is capable, killing the priest multiple times is really nice. Every time you kill the priest a second time, you don't get any more currency, but you get a modification selector box, one of the mod boxes, and you also get some powder. I think it's 40 to 60 powder, and each progressive time you kill the priest, you get another mod box and more powder. And I think the final iteration of the priest, it's like 2 mod boxes and 60 to 80 powder. It's really worth doing if you can pull it off. Hopefully we're able to do that this season, but we'll see as the week progresses. Sorry this video was basically me having a really bad day of it, but hopefully you got some useful information out of it and some good ideas on how to defeat the mini-bosses on this floor. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section, and if you don't have some of these units, that's why you've got guildmates. If you don't have MLCan, have somebody else kill the Pherus for you while you go and take out mini-bosses you can kill. Use all your provisions to kill the Warden while your buddy with MLCan takes care of the Pherus. And same with Ravi, etc. and so forth. That's all for today. I've got to go mend a fence. If you need some support or some help, jump in my Discord. Great community of people there. Very helpful community of people. And as always, like and subscribe. Have a great one, everybody.